We back?
Yep.
Okay.
We back?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
We back?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
It was like a little remix going on.
It was. But you.
So the gist of the story that I told, we were on a 4th floor. We had a rooftop suite for our honeymoon, and we had no water at all. It took an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, some days 2.5 hours to fill the jacuzzi tub. So you said they pump to the roof and then go down?
That's what we do. Well, that's what we do today. Hello, Soccer 6. Good to have you. That's what we do today, or a lot of places will do today, because in that way you don't have to have that pump. You don't have to have it sized for whatever you got going on, because you're going to have restriction of flow. You're going to have, the different amount of water. Down there in Mexico, you probably don't have great stuff going on. They're not probably a Hilton, which they should be, because it's a friggin' nice hotel that you guys were in.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I would argue that the resort itself, and then, so we did shoot a video. The resort itself wasn't tropical like I wanted.
Okay.
It seemed like it was one main path from front to back, and it was about just over a half mile to get from the lobby to the beach.
So if it was a half mile there, after you got down there and you got hammered, was it like 3/4 of a mile on the way back?
It was at least that.
Yeah.
Which, again, it wasn't that big of a deal. They had a shuttle service that ran back and forth, so that was cool.
Right.
Food was absolutely amazing. I didn't have a bad meal when I was there. The one morning we went for breakfast, and the selection wasn't quite what I would have chose. But like just the hot tub alone, the pools, what do you expect a pool to be down in Mexico?
As far as temperature wise,
Yeah.
to me, I don't like walking into a pool and having it be cold.
I was fucking pissed.
Well, because it was cold?
So cold.
Really?
Cold to the point where unbearable to get in. But they also, in hindsight, they also went through the same cold streak that we had here, just down there. So their pools were drastically colder. And it was only 72 out.
And they're not heating that down there. They're using sunlight to heat it down there.
Exactly.
So we're Super K stays in Florida. We actually have a heater. And if I walk into that pool and I go, wow, it's cold, I'm getting out. I mean, when you walk into our pool, and granted, our place is not a friggin' 5-star resort by no means, but you walk in, it's like, this is friggin', it's like bath water. And that's the way I like it.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but ours, it wasn't there. And I was upset about that. And I posted on the Facebook page being a whiny bitch,
Yep.
but that's basically what everyone called me. Oh, what do you expect for January or February pools?
well, you are in a tropical resort.
Yeah.
And you should have, that water should be, in my opinion, it should be at least 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it was 85 degrees. How warm was the outdoor air?
72.
Okay, so it was cold down
Yeah.
there. Okay. Well, hot tubs?
No hot tubs.
No hot tubs?
No,
Really?
Not a single one.
That's surprising.
We got the one day. The last 2 days we were there, we got warm weather. It was probably, I don't know, let's say 78.
So 72 is really not short weather, in my opinion.
No, every night we went out, it was sweatshirt and golf pants.
Right.
And all I had was the one sweatshirt, the one I rode down in. So I wore the same thing every fucking night.
Hey, there's that guy with the sweatshirt again. Yeah, no,
Mike Patton said, "Hi, Charlie. Hi, Zach. Love the channel. I especially like the cluck you in sign on the wall." Camp Benny is here. He said he couldn't hear anything. We fixed it, though. We got a couple people in.
And it's one of them things that I'm going to say, how come I can't see that? But I'm really not going to question it right now.
See what?
All I've got is Soccer 6 was in and said hi.
You're on the vertical. Go to the
Yes.
horizontal.
Yeah, ready? Now we're getting crazy. Theater mode?
No, just regular mode.
Anyway, I'll snoop around while I'm looking for it.
The vertical one is only in my head right now, so I gotta fix that too.
Well, these are all things that we'll get figured out eventually. Yeah, when you get CTP snapping around with a mouse. Unfortunately, it's something that you don't normally want me to say. I can't get this, because half the time I can't get it. But I will say, when I sit in the office in the morning and I click on, so I did get scolded again today, guys. I usually go live in the morning on TikTok. Zach has it set up so I can go live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Very, very simple for me. So from here on out, from Monday through Friday, 8:30 until 10 minutes to 9 Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live on TikTok and YouTube in the morning. It's going to be kind of I won't say it's going to be all hunting, fishing, outdoors, but primarily that's probably where it's going to go, unless I'm on one of my rants. And
on a rant?
It's hard to believe, but I have been known to rant on occasions. This morning we had a great conversation. We had 5 or 6 people on TikTok that popped in, and we were shooting deer already this morning, so that was friggin' awesome.
What do you mean shooting deer?
Well, it just, it was one of the things we got talking about deer hunting and, how we did. And, the guy's like, yeah, I told him, I said, yeah, I shot a buck this year. I shot a couple of does. He's like, that's cool. He was from Georgia, I think. One was from Georgia. One was from Texas. And we just got talking about, that down there, they're just losing their horns. Some of them are just losing their horns. So it was kind of a combination of, okay. So the real question was, up here in Michigan, we've got a couple of guys up at Shady Acres that still got cameras out. And the question was, so we've got deer with horns right now. And by now I would think that they're dropping their horns. Unfortunately,
so are you saying they're horny?
Well, they could be, or they're
hornless.
They're not hornless because they still have them.
Okay.
But the question is, as the deer keep their horns later in the year, later in the springtime, does that mean in the fall we're going to get smaller bucks? Is my question. And Zach did ask, or he answered, said, I've heard that. Maybe it's a stress issue. But what Zach was saying is some of the older bucks drop their horns early, and the younger bucks will keep them a little bit later. And I've heard that maybe it's because of like a predator thing. That's what they're using to, keep the friggin' whatever's away from them, keep the attack squirrels.
Yeah, the flying squirrels. Yeah, I mean based on what it said, and I didn't pull out my computer, it is... Gotta get the information. I don't know.
And we're gonna get her. So Zach is looking, but yeah, this is just something that kind of it was a question for our peeps out there. What do you guys got? I did hear that someone from where the hell were they this morning? There was one from it was in Michigan here, and he said he had seen a spike already this year, and it was last year's buck. But it's something to think about. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, when you go on vacation and you come back, it just seems like you're friggin' lost in time. Good morning or good afternoon, Bill.
It says, I can't find the same article that I had, but basically late January through early March, and it all depends on older dominant bucks, late December, early January. Young bucks, late January, early February. Stressed/malnourished can drop early. Late breeders will hold until March.
Huh. Late breeders. See, and these are things that, when you get someone that asks that question, now you learn something, whether you, got a friggin', I got an itch going on and I just got to scratch it. One thing that I don't know, maybe you didn't realize, but you see I shaved my beard off?
I did. Now I do.
That's funny stuff. So this morning I get up and I had an appointment because my beard last week was just friggin' big and bushy, and I can't grow a long beard. 5-Spot Freddy, or my brother from camp, not from another mother, same mother, but he used to have this giant friggin' ZZ Top beard. And Zach, I think, has got a nice beard. His is, a nice whatever. But I grow this big friggin' bushy thing. So I went in and I got this chick that works on my beard down at Lady Jane's, a little plug for Lady Jane's in Veronica. But she does an amazing job on my beard. So I walk in there and I go, okay, it's that time. She's like, what? I said, it's that time. She's like, no. I said, yep, shave it off. Get rid of it. So it took her I bet you it took her 45 minutes to friggin' do it. But it's great because
just because she didn't want to.
Could be, but we go in there and we talk politics, and she's on my side, so it's kind of cool.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we chilling like villains down there.
I will say, once the cameras are perfect, I'd like to go through and again redo the signs.
Okay.
Because we got the ones that are not in frame, and then you got ones that are in frame.
Squirrel?
No, you took your deer head down.
Yeah, it's out in the barn because I took it to the wild game dinner.
Ah, gotcha.
So I probably
I thought it fell off the wall.
Bring that back and rehang it.
But then we got the bush sign that's half in frame. So once we get cameras situated, then we'll go through and
bush. And we can always redo them if we don't like signs. Maybe we could go through and pull some down.
I say we try to get, and we go through and we get as many of your mounts that are not outside or in your office and put them all in here.
We can do that. We can even bring one or two of the ones from the office down here if we need to.
The coon one that you got.
Yep.
Get that one. Get that boar's head.
We're going to have to move this whole table out, though, I think, at that point.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
We could pull it out.
It'd be kind of cool, We'd
have to get some more foam to go, oh, hi, dog.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll have to wait a little bit on the foam, but usually I can tell you, okay, yeah, you can get foam now, or you have to wait. But yeah,
you might want to save because we still got to do that website of yours.
I have something that we'll talk about that. Anyway, so Mike, the Cluck You sign, that was when I got out of chicken farming.
No, that's when you were still in it and you're like, oh, I want to do this sign. And then I made it because you wanted to put it on the coop. And then you said, well, it's too fucking nice. I can't put it out there.
Well, that's true. And that actually lights up, doesn't it?
It does.
But you haven't lit it up in a while. Ta-da! Yeah, I think that looks friggin' fantastic. That was my idea, by the way. Putting the lighting back there. But anyway, so we got talking about the horns. So we took care of that situation. Now we have another thing in Michigan news. We have a baiting ban, which this morning we had a thing this morning on when I was talking to one of the guys that was in there, and I can't remember who the heck it was. I apologize if you're in here. But he's like, I'm not a big fan of the baiting thing, and I'm not a big fan of the crossbow. But yet, here's a guy that shot a deer with a compound bow at 75 yards. He killed him
at 75 yards.
75 yards. He killed him and he recovered him. And so my response was, well, you might not be a fan of the baiting and the crossbow, but I'm not a fan of 75 yards. But he shoots competition. He shoots it with his regular bow. So hey, I'm all over it. If you're good at something, but everyone's got their own decisions and their own ideas. But so basically, the
If
house
you're deadly at that length, I think you're good to do it. But
absolutely.
your problem is your window for kill is very tight, and you got to have a real friggin'.
So I know you haven't shot a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the ideal range is for shooting a deer? Now, Bill is in here, and Bill is from Minnesota. And
Are
Bill,
we talking crossbow? We talking?
yes. So we'll start out with crossbow because I
Okay.
know that Bill is an absolute killer when
Of
it comes
his barn and
when it comes to shooting coolers.
yeah, anything else other than deer.
Because he killed a couple of coolers in his garage this year, and I think he killed like a lawnmower or something like that as well.
Hell yeah.
But you have to look at it and you go, because
What's going on, Justin Anderson?
I grew up with a SL50, with a Dart and SL50 bow. And when you had a SL50, it was, my old man used to say, oh, you hit an 8-inch paper plate, you're good enough. Well, that's true. But back then we would shoot 20 yards. If you had, like, I remember one time my cousin shot a deer, a buck at 33 steps. And I went, holy shit, the old man's going to have a fit if he hears that you shot it that far away. Now, you're not even thinking twice about shooting something at 30 yards. You're shooting friggin' 40, 50.
Okay, so my number, and this is based on sighting in. Thank God I didn't have a deer walk out prior to, because I was trusting your sighting in.
Yeah, not so much.
That was fucking terrible. Based on sighting in, I would say I'm comfortable at 40 to 45.
And I think that ultimately is a pretty good number. I mean,
I think, could you, with a newer bow and some practice, I could probably be comfortable at 55, but nowhere where I sit is going to need anything more.
well, and your question at that point is, are you going to spend $5,000 on a new bow?
No, I'm going to wait for you to
Yeah.
spend it.
And
then
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know if I'm going to spend it either, because I am cheap as can be. And
You're not afraid to dabble.
I don't know if I can spend. I mean, last bow I think I bought was $1,200, and it was like, okay, I was totally cool with that crossbow, 10-point.
No, that's
stealth.
the one that I have that you spent 12.
Well, the new one that I bought was the same cost
Oh, okay.
as well. So it wasn't any better. I guess it was a little bit better, but it wasn't super duper upgrades. Like the next bow that I buy, I want it to be an uncockable bow, something that I can uncock every day. Because
the next bow you buy should be the same thing as the next truck you buy. The last one you'll probably ever
Yeah.
fucking have.
yeah, and that's one of them things that
You just talked about having some potential opportunities out there that might bring some things. You should probably set aside some of that for those type
a new
of
truck bed.
yeah, that.
Because that's kind of what I'm friggin', and for you guys that don't know me, I tend to be frugal. I'd like to say that as the word frugal, because I'm cheap when it comes to a lot of things.
It's a funny concept.
It is, because I know where you're going with it, and you might as well let me have it because it's coming. So go ahead.
Well, you're cheap, but then you'll buy it 3 different times. Just like the CT90s you got out there.
Correct.
You got 3 of them, and then you said, fuck it. This is dumb. I don't want to have to kickstart it. And now you got the nicest friggin' bike in town.
That's true.
So, you might as well just spend it's hard to bite the bullet because, trust me,
It is.
my laptop that's in the bag, $4,000 laptop. How the fuck do you spend $4,000 on a laptop?
And it's in the bag.
Well, I'm trying this new thing of no distractions.
Oh, okay.
Just so I can be more interactive on the live stream.
So how do we go about getting the answers to some of the questions? Is that where Shelby comes in?
Shelby's going to stick to that job.
Because usually she's
Mine,
shopping and stuff like
I
that.
normally do the same thing, and that's
Okay.
You just
Okay.
can't see it on this side.
Gotcha.
So I'm
gotcha.
getting rid of mine.
And I'm just looking to see, people commenting. That's kind of where
The
I'm
next
going.
thing will be if we can get that TV turned a little bit more, it will be all on there.
Well, that would be cool.
All
I'd
the
have to
comments.
make the font like this big
Yeah.
because I'll be going, What's that third one down say? Who's that? What's his name?
Yeah. But the thing for me, it's just I will spend the money, but there's certain things I'm cheap on. I'll come across a good deal. That John Deere I sent you the other day, that was a pretty good deal. It was a gasser.
It was also friggin' 35 years old.
35 years old.
Yeah.
Hydraulics on it. It's a nice machine. But $500. The blower alone costs $500.
Correct.
But then you buy something that now you're fighting with that's 30 years old. I'm in a different spot where I'm much younger and I can deal with things not running for a little bit longer.
But you're also at a point where, you have no issue going out and buying a $7,000 sourdough bread maker oven.
Yes.
But obviously that is a moneymaker for you. It's $10,000 laser. But when it comes to your lawnmower, to hell with it. Shelby's cutting the grass. So
no, this year she got a brand new lawnmower that we bought discounted through our wedding registry. We had a coupon code.
Okay.
And it was a $750 electric mower because electric's just easier for our yard.
I would agree.
And we got it for, after coupon codes and gift cards that we got, it was $245.
Nice.
We had like $250 in gift cards, and it's a 25-inch mower.
Right.
Fuck, that's half the size of a big size mower. But eventually I will have a.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
We
because
just got a 60-inch bad boy, and that's pretty fucking sweet.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
$6,000 though, and I'm not paying that.
And that's zero turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, them are nice. It's one of them things that I will say this. The people that cut grass for a living, landscape, whatever you want, I'm going to call you a grass cutter because that's what, when I go out to get on the tractor, I cut grass. I suck at cutting grass. Cutting grass, you really have to, there's more to it than just driving around the yard.
It's hard to get,
in my opinion,
good routine.
Right.
Normally at Shady, like I'll start off and it's all fucked up and it's all zigzags and like,
ziggy,
what
zaggy,
the hell?
ziggy, zaggy.
And then you get to the point where it's just a nice straight line, down, back. But up front by the cabin, it's like you got to go around everything.
So let me ask you this: as you're and I'm veering a little bit off track, but let's say you're going across the back between the pond and the barns there, and you got to go around the fire pit. So you go around the fire pit. The next time that you come down there, do you go around the fire pit again, or do you go straight through? Because that's kind of where it gets me, because you go around the trees. Like when I do it, we have it's not a zero turn, it's a tractor. But with this being a tractor, it actually goes, it's got a real tight radius. So it's kind of like a zero turn. So I'll go around the trees and around the trees. And then I find myself going, well, I already cut that. There ain't no sense cutting it again. So I'll go around again. So now you got a bunch of friggin' ziggy, ooh, 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 going around the trees and the fire pits.
Yeah.
And that's what I find difficult.
I think it would be 10 times easier with an actual zero turn up there.
Okay.
Because it's a very nice mower that we have. It's just not a mower that's meant to do what it's doing.
To do ziggy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, I unfortunately, I have an ADD thing that kicks in quite frequently where I'll start going over here and working on this. And then next thing you know, it's like squirrel. And I'm friggin' to hell and gone over doing something completely different to get me back on track. So Super K was pissed one day. She's like, cause she cut the grass around here at the homestead for 15 years when the kids were growing up, because that was her getaway. She raised the kids, stayed home with the kids, took the kids here, took the kids there. So when she come home, she was able to put the headphones on. I'd give her a beer and she'd turn her music on. She'd go cut grass. So the one day as the kids get older, she's like, F you never cut the grass. Either buy me a friggin' mower or get me someone to friggin' cut the grass. So I'm thinking that's the easiest way, because again, it cost me $20 instead of $4,000. So with that being said, she's like, you cut the grass. So I go out there, and this was back when Zach was either at home, in high school, wherever the case was. He was on the lacrosse team. So he's got his lacrosse racket and throwing the ball up on the roof. Well, we get a ball in the backyard for whatever reason. So the grass is friggin' high. I got the John Deere. I got the friggin' mower deck kicked up because that way you can shoot that grass farther than what you need to shoot it, which I don't think that's the way it's designed.
Yeah.
And as I shoot this thing and Super K is in the house, I hear, "Brrr." The hell was that? I got my headphones on. I'm friggin', going a million miles an hour because that's what everyone does. And I can cut grass in fourth gear going as fast as that friggin' tractor will go instead of taking it, nice and slow.
Yeah.
So come to find out, she comes out and she's doing one of these. Like, what the frig does she want? And she was pissed at me when I go out on the mower. So I'm afraid to get too close thinking that she's going to, friggin' beat me with a broom. Yeah, beat me with a broom. So I go over there and she's like, I'm like, what? She's like, basically shut the friggin' tractor off. Well, come to find out.
Cut it out.
Shut it off. So come to find out, I hit this lacrosse ball. The lacrosse ball takes air and sails across the yard. It goes through the plate, the big picture window we got in the back, which is probably 5 foot by 4 foot, goes through the picture window, goes in through, we had at the time a roll top desk. So that goes back a few years. It hits above the roll top desk, leaves a mark in the drywall, and ricochets off and is going for the front window on the other friggin' window. And she's like, you damn near killed me. I was sitting on the couch. It's like, I couldn't have planned that one much better. But it was one of them things that was the last time I cut the grass again.
Speaking of, Graham said, you sure didn't pay attention to how Pops cut the grass.
No. You know what? He was one of these guys that I don't even think he wore a set of friggin' headphones, but he'd be
3.5 miles per hour.
I think you could walk faster than that.
Remember when you grass drug through Pops's up at Shady?
Oh, yeah.
Jumped on the
I come
new
across that
sled.
a while back. So I had bought some snowmobiles, and when I talked Super K into buying snowmobiles, she's like, we're not buying brand new. It's like, that's fine. We won't get brand new. So I talked to this one and that one because I grew up, and Graham can be on my side now because she actually used to ride My Sweetie, which was a snow jet that she officially nicknamed My Sweetie.
Okay.
So, and she was from the old school, put her $20 in the pot, and we'd go from restaurant to restaurant.
Bar hop to bar hop.
Bar hop to bar hop. And she was on her My Sweetie, where I think, as I recall, she used to pull start it and do all, everything she was supposed to do. And so I get these new snowmobiles, and it's like, it's summer, it's like July, August, something like that. It's like, I got to freaking take these things for a ride. I used to ride my friggin' Skidoo Olympic on the friggin' grass when we pulled deer in. So I get on this bitch, and I hadn't rode the snowmobile. I mean, Skidoo Olympic and Snowjet used to do like 45 max. So I get on this thing in the friggin' at Shady Acres, like rev it up a little bit. It's like, I cut a strip of friggin' grass where that track was just eating friggin' grass. So I didn't say nothing. I kind of looked and I was like, you want to go for a ride, Zach's like, fuck no, I ain't friggin' taking that thing. So like a week later, friggin' Pops comes. He comes back. He's mother effing me as much as he's going to do it. It was probably not mother effing. It was probably just mother and then the blank. But yeah, it was. I still have the picture. It's a pretty cool picture video. So on the topic, but off, you got that new bike last year.
Yes. My goal is to get that other red one going.
Okay.
And we're going to fucking cruise somewhere.
I would like that.
I've been kind of hemming and hawing, but one, I don't have my motorcycle endorsement. So it doesn't really like a 125 at the end of the day isn't that expensive, same as your bike.
Right.
It would be a better bike to probably buy, but I just don't have the endorsement and I haven't looked into it.
So do you, last I knew, like when I took my cycle endorsement, it was like, we went to the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State was in our little town, and they had like a 4 corners thing. It looked like this. So the guy would stand outside with a whistle, and you had to go up to the stop sign, stop, turn, and go to the next one without putting your feet down. Go to the next one, stop, put your feet down, or not put your feet down, all the way around the square. And when you hit the last one, you had to hit like 15 miles an hour. And when he blew the whistle, you had to stop before you got to him.
Yeah, I think it's more intense now.
But no, I think now you have to go to the Macomb. You have to go to the county and take one through the college, community college, and they supply you with a bike, so you don't even need a bike. Like when 5 Spot went, he took one of the, because he was going to teach them classes, and he goes, when he gets there, he's like, everyone's telling him, oh, what are you taking? Well, we had rode motorcycles over the years forever. And the guy told him, he's like, if you want to take these classes and you have a bike currently, do not bring your own bike. It's like, well, I have a Road King or whatever he had at the time. He's like, you're going through ziggy. So you're going through these cones. He's like, we have a 125 that's like friggin' weighs 40 pounds, and you just back and forth. So I think it's like a 4-hour class, and then you have to do this little test. And people want to bring their own bike in because they're used to riding their own bike. Yeah. He's like, don't do that. Just ride one of our shitty bikes. Smallest bike you can get. So, but yeah, if you get it, and I don't know how it goes, but at once upon a time, you didn't have to have the cycle endorsement if you were riding with someone that had it, but I don't know if that's the case or not. But yeah, I think that would be cool as hell if we took the scoots out, and even if you're riding around town, or you do a little trail ride in the morning, and then we friggin' pile in the side by side or something in the afternoon, go for something a little bit longer. But it'd be fun. It
would be sweet. So it's in Michigan. It's anything under 100 cc's.
Okay.
But it's also got to go less than 30 miles an hour. Well, those CT90s go 45 to 50.
Yeah.
You just got to find the wrong cop that doesn't know the laws, and then you won't get a ticket.
Well, and it's one of them things that if you're going 55 miles an hour, then yeah, he's going to be all over your ass. I mean, but
for me, he would. For you, he wouldn't, because you're legally allowed to.
Correct. But what I'm saying is that, hey, Trav, what's going on, buddy?
Travis?
But if you're not doing something stupid, like the other day, I bought a new side by side, or a new used one, new to me, and I took it up to have the windows tinted. It's not street legal. I had to go probably 10 miles, and it was like, okay, do I load it on the trailer and tie it down and take it up there and unload it and drop it off and then do the trail? I thought, you know what, the hell with it. I'm just going to friggin' run it down some of the side roads. It's not like you can't go 45 or 50 miles an hour. In the last road we were on, I was cruising down one way, sheriff come the other way. I wasn't doing nothing stupid. I was just, cruising whatever. So I don't think there was any issue. Or maybe he was just on coffee break or something and didn't care.
He said, this fucking old redneck, he knows he shouldn't be out here, but
that would be cool if we could do that. It'd be cool to get Shelby out, even like up at Shady Acres where you guys were bombing around. I think that would be a fun day just to get out and do some of that stuff.
Yeah, we could ride uptown. Shelby jumps in the buggy. We jump on the bikes, and
Shelby's got her own bike.
Well, yeah,
I think that we need to bike it once, and then once we bike it, we do our biking thing, and then we can always jump in the buggy down the road. I think that would be fun.
It would be.
Yeah. So, but
I want to get up onto like the trails up north.
So the thing when you yes, I think that it.
Did you ever watch that? Not to completely interrupt, but this is related. Ever watch that YouTube series of those guys that did that
rode in Alaska.
with the
Yeah.
CT90s.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to beat the shit out of my piece of shit bike, and then you can just
That was a absolute great video to watch. One, because of having these bikes, but two, to see these guys riding these things and putting them to the test. And they went 1,000 miles. One guy had a new CT 125, and the other guy had like a 1972 friggin' CT 90, and they rode it 1,000 miles across Alaska.
Yeah.
And that was cool as hell.
It would be cool to get something like that, where like if we went up north, we brought Super K.
Yeah, she's got a friggin' buggy.
Yeah,
Little-
her and Shelb can jump in that.
Well, she's got a friggin' little scooter too.
She does. That's a different kind of scooter. That's a street scooter.
Yes.
You're gonna have to get some mud tires or some off-road tires for yours.
Send a link of that video of the CT90. Travis would like. So Zach doesn't have his computer right now, so he may have to send that a little bit later. But yeah, it was actually a cool video. But yeah, I think that would be fun to do that. It might be I would like to go back up to Marquette this year.
Yeah, that's on her. If you can choose the weekend and it aligns with ours, we're in.
So we'll be able to do the whole go up and kind of hang out and do
Yep.
whatever, play some golf. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. No, you take a weekend. Yeah, any weekend that you guys got available,
Do
I'll
we
be
want
available.
want it to be warmer?
I would say
Are
so.
we talking like May, like we did last, or first week of June?
I would say May, June, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be something that you want to get up there where it's not super cold, and then we can go up and even throw the bikes in there and take, instead of doing a lot of traveling, maybe go there, get set up at camp, and maybe this time instead of going to the hotel, of course that hotel is so convenient.
Yeah, I think the hotel's a must.
But that way we can zip around we can zip around in through town too. I mean that wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, because for Shelb, she could bring a spree. We could bring, not that we'll do a ton of driving, but
and for something like that, I mean, we can always throw the buggy in too, and that way we got it, and we can bippity bob bomb around. So, but yeah, no, I think that would be fun. But yeah, what else is so what else is going on with everyone today? Got Trav, you're done hunting.
Joe said you can make the Can-Am road legal if you want.
You can, but from my understanding, Joe, is the insurance on there tends to get a little crazy because now it's kind of like a pickup. Do you have yours street legal? If you do, can you tell me how much you are paying for insurance?
I wonder if there's a difference between if you made it road legal and a slow-moving vehicle.
I don't know if you would be able to do that. I think you would have to have some sort of a farm permit type thing. So you would have to have X amount of acreage, but we got shady, so maybe that would be something that, I don't know. I would think that maybe it's got to have a farm.
I mean, you look at most of those freaking buggies up there, they're all doing the same shit. None of those are legal.
Up north, you can do that. Yeah, any like up around where Joe's at, where we're at, Houghton Lake, up in that area, you can ride the buggy on any road that's not an M road. So,
but in theory, think of how nice it would be to have the buggy road legal, because then if you want to jump in the buggy and go up to my house,
correct,
you take Mound all the way up, you just cruise, or you jump on campground. And
it might be something that maybe I look into it. Yes, I have mine insured as well, Joe, for the whatevers, but it's just one of them things that up there you probably don't need to have it, because there's really, I mean, from my understanding, you can't ride on the M roads, which, we did go up and down a couple of them when we were up at Houghton Lake the first time. Now we're going back up this weekend, or I'll be up there this weekend. So I'll kind of get a better feel, but I think these things are more, it's not like I'm going to say not like a Jeep or a four-wheeler or something like that where you're cruising in the dirt. I'm kind of thinking it's more like a back road friggin', trail thing. You're not, I can't see myself like running this bitch through a mud bog, because I would get my ass kicked by Super K.
Fuck it. Wouldn't be the first time. Run that bitch through a bog.
True story. I've already been told that we're supposed to be making a trip up with our Florida buddy up to Drummond Island.
Okay.
That's supposed to be a cool place to do some wheeling.
Okay.
So we're going to go up there for a couple of days, I think, this summer. So play some golf up there. They've got I think it's called The Rock up there. It's supposed to be a nice golf course. And then I don't know if we'll do any fishing up there or not. Last year we went fishing with a charter guy up there, and I wasn't impressed whatsoever. But that's just me. I mean, everyone's got different ideas on how to do the stuff. So
this guy, Michigan Street Legal Side-by-Side Club, it's a Facebook group, said, what's the going rate to insure a street legal side-by-side in Michigan? State Farm just quoted me $263 a month.
wow,
That's double what I pay to insure any of my other vehicles, including my 2025 F-150.
yeah, and that's why you don't street legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
And you know the sad
So-
part about it?
no.
Like a good neighbor,
State
State Farm
Farm
is
is
there.
I had them call me the other day after I had my whole cabacle with State Farm
Yeah.
a year ago where they canceled my insurance.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, your insurance agent's looking to speak with you. Fuck you. You're not my insurance agent anymore.
Yeah.
Come on
no,
in.
Tell me that was not the most delicious thing that I've made in a while. Yeah.
You burnt them? Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. I would have thrown it away. There was more bread in the kitchen.
Oh, it's
Okay. Can't drag deer anymore. That was the motivation behind buying it. Hell, we haven't. So here's the thing, Joe. I'm going to watch your toes there, Shelb. I don't want to back up over top of them. Here's the thing, Joe. When you stick that buck in the back of that side by side, that is the absolute best picture you will ever get in your life. It makes the smallest book makes the smallest book like it's a friggin' hardcover.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It makes the smallest buck. If you turn it sideways just a little bit, get a couple of pictures, you'll be the envy of everyone in your county, including me. But no, it's one of them things that, hell, we haven't drug a friggin' deer. I don't know how long it's been.
Shit, even when we go up to the UP, we throw it on the back of the wheeler.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's and you know, it's great to have it. I think it was just a case where I guess I just needed to spend some money. But yeah,
The buggy?
yeah.
I think the concept of the buggy is a great idea. I think your biggest downfall is you only have a couple friends with them. You only have two, really.
Correct.
And if you don't get either more people with them or utilize it in different aspects, that's where it's going to be not used.
Yeah, and that's something, obviously, you know, it's not like a yard vehicle, like we have a golf cart as well
Exactly.
around here. It's not like you're going to throw brush in there or throw a friggin' shovel or whatever and go from the front yard to the backyard. It's just not something you're going to do. But I will say that we used it the first weekend up at Houghton Lake for Tip Uptown, and we had a great time. It was friggin' awesome. I bet you we put 125 miles on it. Get your ass down to Texas. We got tons of acres to ride around side by side. Got that side by side down here too. Yeah, that would be fun. I wonder, it's such a long drive. I friggin' want to pull my eyes out when I friggin' drive to Florida every year.
You're at the, I mean,
Yes, tell me. I'm at the time of my life where I
you
should
need to
just say,
fucking enjoy
fuck it.
yourself.
Yes, I totally agree.
You don't get any younger. And
No,
in a perfect world, you would have 18 years.
I was thinking more like 20.
You're 62.
I was, how old?
So, yeah, if you can make it to 80, I mean, I think most people are happy with that. That's a
Yeah.
long life.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather make it to 90.
Yeah, no,
5.
You probably could maybe change a little bit of your habits, but
This coming from the pot.
But again, why not take I mean, the minute you get done with these big jobs, take a fucking 2-week road trip. Get the right trailer that doesn't weigh 10,000 pounds, and then just pull that buggy everywhere.
Right.
For you, it's harder to, because mom's not going to sleep in a tent, but you could throw a friggin' tent in the back of the buggy.
So here was our thought for on the way home. We're going to be bringing the fifth wheel home. You don't get none of that. That's Shelby's. We're bringing the fifth wheel home probably the 1st of April, maybe the second week of April. And our goal is to take like a week and a half to bring it home. And what our thought is to take down the, what the hell's that thing where you get the internet? Starlink down. I'll pack that in my suitcase, take it down. And then once we get down there, all right, you need to go. You're going to be a pain in my ass. You have to go. Take the Starlink down and then take like a day, take off and drive from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 o'clock at night. 4 or 5 hours a day. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Set up camp, get everything opened up. The next day, mom can work from 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Doesn't take no time off. And then after she's done, I hook on, away we go. We drive another 3-4 hours. We stop, spend the night. She spends, the day doing her work. I spend the day doing whatever the hell old retired people do. And then I drive her to the next place.
You know how you do it?
Oh, put her in the back and let her work while I'm driving. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I offered that once already and she turned me down. Anyway.
So I think it's a great idea. I think it's something you should do. I think you should lengthen the time
to like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, go west, and then you'll set camp. So say it's Monday, you set camp, Tuesday you work, Wednesday you leave. So
be there a day and that's
it
probably
gives you a little more, because then in a perfect world, and I don't know how you do it, is if you could have your bike down there, you could jump on that, and then you could go do some things during the day, kind of tool around, and then come back.
Right.
Once it's time to, in a perfect world, have both of your bikes down there, tool around on that day that you have the one day to explore, and then load them back up and go.
So what you're saying is I should buy another bike while I'm down there?
You should buy another bike, bring it back to me.
Okay.
I was just thinking,
as long as we got that straightened around, I'll start looking.
It's genius. It's got to be orange.
And she wouldn't know one way or the other. I was like, I got this, I did a little job, whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. Side job, horse trade.
But no, so that's our idea. And obviously our goal is to Super K is 61. She's not on here, so it really makes no difference whether I tell her or not. But she's 61. She's hopefully only got 2 more years. And then I'm hoping to only have 2 more years as well. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, snowmobile trailer made years ago, cost like $400 to have it built. Been looking for a side-by-side trailer. Damn trailers. Oh, yes, they have. I have been looking as well, just to see because I've got my tractor trailer not my semi trailer, because I don't have one of them, but the trailer I haul my Kubota on.
Your heavy duty trailer.
Yeah, it's a 10,000 pound trailer. I did find that someone was using a tandem axle snowmobile trailer, the old aluminum ones. And now I'm thinking to myself, it's a piece of shit. Something's going to happen on the side of the road. I'm going to get yelled at by Zach because I've got a big piece of crap. So
I'm really not that bad, guys.
He really is.
That.
He really is.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Shelb. How are you?
That sandwich is so good. I'm going to go probably take the 2 burnt pieces of toast that I did and make another
No,
one.
you're not. You're going to throw them 2 pieces of burnt toast out. You're going to get 2 new pieces.
Feed them to the friggin' dogs.
It will be so much better if you have just like a tanned piece of toast, not a dark brown piece of toast, because
so
there's
good.
different flavors on them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy your sandwiches?
Oh, mine
Yes.
was fantastic.
Oh.
Did you eat the lettuce?
At
Yeah.
7:28, my stomach started going, and I'm thinking, fuck, she's got to get here soon. I got to shit. But it went away, so.
Well, good.
No, we have, so basically we did BLTs tonight, and I think that was, so we always try to make dinner when the guys come over, when the producers come over to make it worth their time. So it's like, okay, Super K's not here. Usually she handles the dinners. It's like, what do you guys want? Here's your options. You get grilled cheese. You get.
You know what? Sometimes she doesn't even give us an option, and I don't even want one. I just know that there's going to be food, and I'm happy.
Yeah. No, and these
and no matter what it is, it's always good.
These were my options. So you got grilled cheese today, but after having grilled cheese on the sourdough, I don't know if I can make grilled cheese anymore. I did actually look for your link the other day to send you that I would like to get another loaf of sourdough, but I couldn't find that either. But I think it was delicious. But make sure you take that lettuce home, because I don't eat that.
I just bought lettuce. I have a lot of lettuce at home.
Okay, well then throw it away.
Are you going to give me some bacon?
Sure, yeah. I'll give you some bacon. I have to have a little bit for a sandwich for myself, but yeah, I don't eat bacon like I used to.
Okay.
I used to friggin' just... But yeah, no, I would be happy to share half of my bacon with you.
Perfect.
And that's a pretty good sized bag up there as well.
Oh.
So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know that Zach works early in the morning, and
I gave up on that whole fucking thing. Normally I go home. We can do 15, 20 minutes more.
Okay, that's cool.
Man, right when he said that, I was like, dang, I can eat this sandwich quicker than I thought.
So Shelb,
yeah.
This year we've already discussed that we want to go back to the UP.
Okay.
So we got to find a weekend that we can make work.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure. There's a lot of grad parties this summer, so.
I don't give a fuck about the
actually,
grad parties. No offense.
Anyway, the grad parties are on the weekends we work anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Also,
pretty convenient.
Chill. Grad parties as a senior are something you look forward to your whole senior year. So
absolutely.
To be invited to one and put yourself in that senior shoes, it's fun. You have to go celebrate them.
I liked it better when it was just lighthearted and I could say things that weren't always true.
Do I ever let that happen?
What's that?
Do I ever let that happen? Where I just let things slide?
On him?
Yeah.
No, hell
Exactly.
no.
On anyone.
Or you?
Yeah, no,
I do it to you
I
either.
usually get cracked. I get the whip cracked as well.
See?
Yep.
I'm not picking and choosing.
So
No,
It's just how
the goal
I
is to go up for a long weekend again. But do we go up, do what we did last time?
No, we don't have to do the whole shebang. We don't have to see everything we saw.
No, we don't have to do that. But I'm saying, do we leave Wednesday or do we go up Wednesday after work to Shady? I think that's what we did last time.
Wednesday after work, I think, is good.
And I think that as long as you're not,
I think we went Tuesday after work.
we did go Tuesday after work.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're not, because it's the genetics have changed a little bit with the going up there after work now, because everyone works a little bit later, a little harder, a little longer, stuff like
I'm not
that.
working
So,
any harder.
but you kind of have to feel things out to see what we're going to do and what we can't do.
Right.
So it's like, do we go up, play golf? Do we just go up and say, you know what, we're just going to go up, drink beer and friggin' hang out and, maybe take the scooters, drive around friggin' Marquette or whatever the hell it may be.
Yeah, I don't think we play golf, although I do like playing golf up there, but it just takes a good portion of the day.
It takes one whole day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Joe
somehow I always end up fucking drunk. And
Joe said, Zach, did you tell Shelby she's got to ride a scooter from one end of the UP to the other?
oh yeah, that was part of the deal this year.
Like the tip, like the
Yeah,
the
so,
nose,
like,
right?
as soon as
Just the tip from
as
one
soon as-
end to the other
Yep.
end.
As we're gonna get you across the bridge. We were not that mean. We're not gonna make you ride across the bridge.
I would never do that.
But as soon as we get across, we're unloading the bike, and you got to ride it all the way across US 2 on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's not
From the
happening.
tip of my head to
It'd be
the
like
tip of my
Dumb
toes.
and Dumber.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'm
That
glad
would-
that you reminded him of that, though, Joe. Thank you. That's not happening.
That would be fun to I think down the road, once we get a little bit more acclimated with these things, I think that we'll probably do a good trip up there one time.
Yeah.
Like a 2-3 day, maybe,
You're talking
Every
about on the
day's
bikes?
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I think
think
it'd be so fucking cool.
I don't think that we friggin' do like a tent or anything. We can stay in an old
No.
friggin' roach motel that
Yeah.
you pay like $60 for, and
I'll stay at the nicer one.
no, but what I'm saying is, so you talk to like 5 Spot. He's as cheap as can be. I
Yeah.
mean, he puts a friggin' tent on the back of his Harley to go up and take his wife camping. Poor lady has got to stay in a friggin' tent with a friggin' little skinny mattress. Cheap bastard don't even get her a friggin' roach motel or a mom and pop friggin' hotel wherever. But yeah, we can get like me and Super K went to one up in Newberry one time. We were up there snowmobiling, and the room was so small, but it did have its own bathroom with a shower. So we had to pick up our luggage and put it on the bed to open it. And then when we got done with it, we had to take it and shove it in one corner. Otherwise, you couldn't walk all the way around the bed.
We had a room in Florida when we went down for a wedding, and it was just like
for
that.
Palka's wedding.
Yeah, it was friggin' tiny
It
as
was a
it can be.
closet.
Yeah.
But hey, it works out well as long as they're clean.
I think
you're
no
happy as a
matter
bug.
I don't know if they're always clean.
Well,
No
you,
matter
you hope
what-
they are.
no matter what is said, I think the untypical roach motel in the UP will never compare to as bad as the one was in East Lansing that we stayed in. That was, I think
I
Dia
didn't even
spent
wanna
$24 on this fucking room.
No, he didn't. That was the problem. It was so expensive because it was graduation
It
weekend.
was disgusting.
This was your father that got this room?
yeah,
Well,
for
it was
us.
for-
Oh,
For
okay,
us.
Isn't
okay.
that- they stayed there too, didn't they?
They did. We just had a separate room. It was so gross.
So-
We didn't even want to lay on the bed.
Whew.
It was for my sister's graduation.
Okay. And you
And-
were last to
and-
get the room,
Yes,
so
and
you
we
didn't have
book
much
any
to pick.
rooms.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. I
Exactly.
got you.
It was
No.
freaking foul.
Kind of
Yeah.
like kind of like doing the room up there in north of your town, right there on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one there,
Yeah.
might be
I
the
would have
same.
rather stayed there.
Well-
We talked about, in all honesty, pulling an all nighter just to not sleep because the rooms were so friggin' gross.
Yep,
Right.
Yep.
There were stains on the bed. It was just
See them.
Nope.
gross.
Nope. We didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's one of them things that you don't.
Spilled-
Oh,
it spilled
did I
Bill's
drop
character.
my watch? You don't get your light out.
Yeah,
you just
no.
say, you know what? I'll throw the watch
I'll buy
away.
a new watch. Yeah.
That's right. So, but no, I think that overall, like we were just talking about our trips to Florida a couple of times this past weekend. So we were down at the Elbow Room, which is one of the oldest bars, I think, in Florida.
I saw that. That looked like a classy establishment.
Well, no, this was a different one. This was a place that we stayed at. It's over in Fort Lauderdale. And can I borrow your can?
Yeah.
It's empty. So we're sitting there drinking beer. Me and Super Carriage sitting there drinking beer one day, and we're like the register's right in front of where we were sitting. And there, it was kind of like tucked in a corner. So she had like the more comfortable bar seat,
Okay.
and I was kind of like on the edge because that was like the
Sitting at an
only
angle.
other chair that we could get in there. So we're sitting there drinking the beer, and all of a sudden this roach jumps up from behind the register and takes off across the friggin' across the counter. She's got her beer up like this. She goes, friggin' smashes the roach right directly underneath her beer can. The friggin' lady, the bartender looks up. She grabs the can, grabs her rag, whoop, right in the garbage. They both went in. She reaches into a cooler, pops another beer, sets it in front of her.
So
Never
this is-
said a word and just kept right on
So
going.
this is just normal.
Like normal everyday activities.
It should have better have been a
Oh.
free beer.
Everyday activities. And when she friggin' squashed that, I swear to God, if you would have pulled that can up, that friggin' roach was bigger than the can. It was that friggin' big.
Gross.
But they're not called roaches. They're called pimento bugs down there. Not sure what the hell that is. But yeah, that was the story of the story. But no, we went to a couple of real nice places down there. I'm
I saw the
excited.
one.
I'm excited to take you guys there.
I saw the one. The one was fit you like a friggin' glove.
Well,
Are you
and
talking about like the tiki place?
The one that Bales showed us.
I thought it looked like a tiki place. Oh,
It
with
is
chandeliers.
Beer can
it
chandeliers.
is kind of a tiki
Yeah,
place,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It was tiki, all right.
hey, we've been there like 3 or 4 times. We always have a good time when we're there. I mean, for whatever reason,
Remember the
it's
karaoke bar we used to go to?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I've been to.
So our discussion was, Bale said that if you were there, you probably would have did the video. You would have given the bathroom a number 5.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
So I so wish that them videos were still around, because you could make a friggin' you could be a millionaire right now if
Yeah.
you did them videos.
That was prior to the whole TikTok for
Yes, it
thing.
was.
It was. So funny.
So we talked about we're gonna redo the studio once the cameras are where we want them and blah blah blah,
Okay.
so that like half the stuff isn't cut off and blah
okay.
blah blah. We're gonna strategically put it up,
Nice.
maybe get rid of
Did
some
you
of
tell
the.
him we took our deer down and gave him a bath yesterday?
Oh yeah, we had to.
The deer where? At your house?
At
our
my house.
yeah.
We bought a new lamp, so we had to move the deer over.
Okay.
And when I pulled it down, it looked like it was wearing a fucking coat.
Had a little
So
bit
much
of dust
dust.
on there?
Holy
And
shit.
I said, "Do you think the deer at your dad's house on the wall have dust on it?" And
Oh, yeah.
he goes, "Yeah, but probably not this much."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the office, we actually bought a feather duster to take care of some of them. But after Jess left, they probably haven't been dusted
Yeah.
for a while. But I may do that now that you say that.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. So, but no, it was something that when we do that, if I'm around, I'd like to put some stuff in the office as well along that back wall.
Yeah, we can do
Just a little something to dress up a little bit. So
that. We'll put that deer in
the one that's
looks
got
like
the crayons. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
your future grandbaby might have did that one.
No, my future grandbaby has got a whole lot more talent than the person that did that one. That friggin'
So funny.
yeah, it makes me sick. But what are you gonna do? You almost have to laugh at it because you looked at the one that I had hanging.
Yeah.
That I'll have to bring back in. And then you look at that one, you're like, holy shit! How'd they friggin' go about doing it? And then they still charged me $150.
Yeah. Oh
But-
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, my deer should be coming back here in March. I think they said so. That'd
Really?
be cool. Yeah.
It
Yep.
must not have been that busy because I feel like
The guy only does a certain amount every year.
oh
He's retired. He's a retired carpenter, and he picked this up, and he does 200 head a year. So, which to me is a lot of
That's
money.
a lot, I feel like.
But
that's
I think it cost me. So
I don't
what's
know,
the 250? It was 750. I think he makes like $14,000.
if he does 200, no, he makes way more than that.
It was $750 to get it mounted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do the math, Shub.
150,000.
150 grand.
That's
So
crazy.
that's a pretty good little side
cash
gig.
only.
I don't know that.
For legal reasons, no, he pays taxes on it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, that's and it was one of your school chums. It was her dad.
Ah,
I
interesting.
don't know.
Yep. Well, you know it. We can talk about it later if I don't forget about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, she used to come here for get-togethers.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was it was a recommendation from Dan. Dan had his done there. Luke had his done there. So, I think the guy does a real nice job.
It's a very hard thing because if you take certain recommendations and they don't work,
Right,
it fucks you.
right.
You look at like your tints, maybe not.
Yes.
Or like RK's Buck a couple of years ago. He said he went to the guy that he's normally gone to and he said it came back and it looked like absolute shit.
The one that he just got back?
His big buck from 2 years ago.
Yeah, he took it to the guy that did my last one. And I told him that I would not recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, when they did mine, it looked like they sewed it, like Frankenstein friggin' sewed it. It was horrible.
Yeah. But it wasn't the first time he's went to them. So I think
No.
he's had good experience. And then he's like,
we
well,
did, but the guy, the owner was retiring, so he was training other people. Well, I
Oh.
think it was just, you go do your thing. I've showed you enough times. I'm not
Yeah.
showing you again. But the people out front were the one that did the dip on this one, which turned out absolutely
this dip.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. So
not that one. That's the crayon.
Which
No.
one?
yeah,
There's one that is normally hangs right there that he took to wild game dinner.
The one with
Oh.
the camo on it, the camo dip on
Oh.
it.
I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about that one.
Yeah,
I was
no.
so confused.
No,
Okay.
no.
No,
It's
actually,
great. I love it.
what I thought about doing was maybe pulling this one down. Hello, Michael, from the
From the
villages of
villages
Florida. I thought about maybe taking this one down and see if I can strip that paint off of there and giving it to Uncle Theo, and he can take the torch and do the torch thing. Have
I
you
would
know
seen
just
that?
let him handle it from the beginning.
You know what you do?
I know it, but
You go out and you just cut the horns off and you buy a new skull, like we were
Yeah.
gonna do with.
Or you cut the horns off and give them to Ruger. She was really interested in the other ones.
Yeah, fuck her.
yeah, no.
But you can just put one of those fake skulls on it, and then
Right.
it's brand new white, and
Yep.
then you could do something there.
And
At
that-
least if it was white, it would be fine.
Right. That's an idea. So, but anyway, yeah. So I was telling Zach we were coming back from somewhere down the street or down south last weekend, and we seen 3 pigs on the side of the road.
What in the world?
3 piglets, like wild pigs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they were like this tall, like this
Were
long.
they with an adult?
No,
Oh.
they were just hanging out. I think it was past their curfew.
Oh.
So we went back. I talked to Captain Dan. He's like, "You get your ass back up there and you whack one of them things, and we'll bring it back and we'll cook it."
Imagine how good the fresh bacon would be, though.
Oh,
For a
BLT.
baby?
as long as it didn't run nowhere, because I sure as hell don't want to go in them little friggin' thicket, briar,
Oh, no.
whatever the hells they are down there, because I'm sure there's snakes. We seen a shit ton of friggin' gators down there as well,
Oh, I bet.
and that's
See,
another thing that
I
friggin'
think all of this is bullshit because we golfed with you for 3 days straight and we didn't see a single fucking
Yeah,
gator.
I saw one.
So
We saw one.
that one course that we went on, as we're driving there to get there, there was a friggin' sign on the side of the road that said Panther Crossing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It was from the friggin' county too. It wasn't just a
That's
cheap
cool.
sign. And I asked the guy that we were golfing with. Guy was a real douchebag. And
Luke?
no, well, they're different. So I golfed with 2 douchebags.
Yeah.
But I asked this guy, said, "Well, hey, what's up with the Panther signs?" He's like, "They don't jump the fence; they go underneath the fence, under the roads. I guess when there's like
Like the
tunnels.
tunnels.
Whatever, water places to go
Yeah,
from
yeah.
one spot to another. But
Weird.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. So anyway, 8:15, we are going to get out of here because I know that you guys got some stuff to do. I've got some stuff that I've been gone. I got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I want to get in bed and turn on
Okay.
my heating pad on
Heated
my
blanket,
Did you
I
feet.
hear?
think.
Recently,
What's
one
that?
last thing, that Delta has a direct flight from Michigan to, or from Detroit to Hawaii now.
Really?
It's one of the Delta hubs. Same with Minnesota, but
So are you going to Hawaii?
no, I just thought it was interesting
Oh.
because that was our flight to Cancun was one of the longest flights I've ever been on. It
How
was
long did it take you?
It wasn't that long. It was only 3.5 hours,
4
4
hours.
hours.
Close to
Really?
4.
Yeah. 3.5 hours on the way back was nice.
Was
on the way
that
there, it was
a-
closer?
Was it a
4.
one? Was it a
Direct.
nonstop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, for what we paid and what we got, I think we got a ton of value.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I agree.
Direct flight. The hardest thing was the transfer, just because you get off the plane and then now it's chaos because
Oh, yeah.
everyone's trying to sell you shit.
Yeah, and you got unless you speak you don't speak the language, so it's like now you got to
Looking at it now, though, it was actually very organized.
okay.
When you think about it, knowing what I would get myself into, you walk out and all the transfers are there, and they have all the taxi people in one spot, so they can't friggin' bash you and
Okay.
harass the shit out of you. And then they have a whole bunch of actual employees, for probably airport employees, that will direct you anywhere. They might
Okay.
try to say like, "Hey, spend your money in Mexico,
Sure.
please." But that was really it. But we would have been probably all in at $3,100.
Mhm.
Okay.
If we didn't upgrade anything.
Yeah, if we didn't upgrade anything, direct flights there and back, and the food was friggin' phenomenal.
Well, now upgrading to the room with the pool or the room with the hot tub.
Not worth it.
It was $700. Not
so
worth it.
so you really didn't need that. I mean, it
No,
always
I
looks
will-
like a cool
I will
thing.
say it was worth it because we didn't know, but it did come with a second full bath, which was nice
Yeah.
because like we didn't have to be like, get out of the bathroom, I have to go. We each had a bathroom.
Gotcha.
That was nice.
That was the nicest part. But I think just on the topic of all inclusives, we will continue to do them because the value is there.
You get the most bang for your buck for sure.
And I probably, the couple days I boozed, I drank $200 in fucking beer
And when you
per day.
when you go to an all-inclusive in a place like that, it's not like you're really traveling to go to different areas.
No.
Like in Aruba, there are some all-inclusives down there.
Expensive. Looked at them.
I find that the all-inclusive in a place like that, which is virtually not a huge place and there's not really a ton of crime, where you can go wherever you want to go. There's a lot of good places to eat dinner at, but just going in, like if I go there 10 years from now, not going there 8 years in a row, it'll be like a new place.
Brand
I
new
mean,
place,
not
yeah.
knowing where the hell to go and how to get there. I mean,
And it
Definitely.
is nice, but then you look at your trip every time you went was $5,000.
oh yeah. Yeah,
You-
absolutely.
with an all inclusive, not planning on going to other places, you would have been in at $3,000, 3.5. So
Correct.
like, is it worth to see those other places and then spend all that money and have to have cash on you? And for us, it was just nice. I mean, we spent $150 in tips
Mhm.
by just laying dollars out when we go breakfast, go leave $2.
So before we leave, there is a story that must be told so that's live on here. I don't know, Shelby, if you would like to tell the story or how we need to go about this, but I think it does need to be told. And Travis said, I agree with Zach on all-inclusive in Mexico. We got one lined in Cabo. It would have been awesome if you would have walked out the first day.
And Travis
You're like,
was there.
Hey, Trav!
Yeah.
Hey, Zach! What the hell are you doing here? So do you want to tell the story?
What story?
When you were coming back the one night and someone had to use the
Oh, no, I'll let Zach tell the story.
I don't know if I could tell as good as you.
I think. Why don't you tell it from your point of view?
so we get a text, or actually it come across via Video.
FaceTime
ba-
voicemail.
yeah, voicemail or something like that, where Zach was walking back and obviously he said from one end to the other is a half a mile when you're going there. So it was probably 3/4 of a mile to a mile on the way back because
Definitely.
he's now going like this
Yeah.
and he's like,
We're sightseeing.
Shelby, I got to take a leak. And, we're from the country where, we basically taught our kids to, hey, you got to take a leak, go stand next to the tree and friggin' hanging out and away you go. So he friggin' pops into this little area where there's there's probably a friggin' snake sitting there waiting to, well, no, it wasn't really a snake. He pissed on a friggin' monkey. He pissed on a friggin' monkey in Cabo. And the monkey said, what the hell are you doing? And monkey
started
terms.
friggin'
It was
freaking out.
In
the
monkey
craziest
terms-
monkey screech I've ever heard. I
Yeah.
didn't even know monkeys screeched like that.
Well, he probably got his eye pissed on or
Yeah.
something.
Probably.
It
So-
was, I think we friggin', I know I laughed my ass off for like 30, 40 minutes after that.
It was so
Poor
funny.
monkey.
It goes,
Pro-
Yeah, exactly.
as soon
like
as I
that.
started pissing, it just friggin' took off.
That was
Uh.
absolutely crazy. And then we were talking about it the next day. I was like, "Can you believe that?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh my god! Now I remember.
It's
I think the next
awesome.
day was the same day that the little chinchillas started climbing all over Shelby.
Oh
and
my
she
gosh.
friggin'
I
screamed and started
then
running.
He got mad at me for screaming.
Because you were making a scene.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
No,
Scared.
he
She
said it-
screamed and scared the shit out of me. And when I get scared, I get pissed. And then the monkeys. So a couple days later, we would wake up and it would be, let's say, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. We'd be walking to breakfast. We're walking to breakfast, and every morning, I don't know if they would throw out scrap food to bring the monkeys to
Right.
where people could see them.
Yep.
But monkeys would be just sitting there on the ground, or they'd be up on the tree, or they'd be in the walkway path. Well, if you got
For
too
people to
close,
see.
yeah, the one was just sitting on a bench. Well, he got down, started walking over this lady, and friggin' jumped on her and started climbing up her. What the hell do you do?
Right.
Like, you can't start hitting the monkey because The monkey's probably way stronger than you in the first place.
Right.
He's like pulling on her hair, and then she's like, ah! And then finally it let go and took off. But
Usually, you know what them monkeys say?
What?
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Oh.
I don't know if they say that. I think that was actually the doctor or something.
yeah, the doctor said.
Yeah. So anyway, we're getting the hell out of here. 8:22. Kids got stuff going on. That's pretty cool.
It's just sitting on the bench.
Yep, just chilling like
Just
a friggin' monkey
chilling.
villain.
Exactly. Chilling like a monkey villain.
He was waiting for me to come back by so he could club me.
So anyway, tomorrow morning, 8:30 to 8:50, TikTok, YouTube in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We will see everyone there. Bring your own coffee. I don't supply coffee unless you stop by the shop. We can supply you coffee. I do have dog biscuits, so if you'd like one of them, I'd be happy to give you one of them. But anyway, we will be live tomorrow. We try to do everything from 8:30 to 8:50 in the morning, just enough to say hello, get a little bit, get your mind going in the morning and go from there. So, Shelb,
Yes.
do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool.
My fun fact is that squirrels forget where they hide their food and plant trees on accident.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're like jumping right back in where you left off.
Yep.
I
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yes.
So with that being said, Charlie the plumber, one of the few things in life you get for free, even on the internet. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Charlie the plumber, that's the name. Living a good life, doing it his way. Oh, come on, folks. Hey, it's Charlie. CTP, baby.